Alright, I'm gonna make a quick video about the latest and greatest shoe from ASICS, the ASICS Metaspeed Ray. Basic specs, 129 grams, one of the lightest shoes on the market. This is 100% FF Leap Foam, which is 15% lighter and 30% softer than the FF Turbo Plus from their previous models. There's definitely a forefoot preference with these shoes, as the insole is thicker in the front, as well as the carbon plate only being in the front, which helps just rolling forward naturally. So a lot of early reviews compare the foam to the Saucony Endorphin Elite Pro. I really can't compare it since I've only ran in the Endorphin Speed 4, but what I can compare it to is probably the Alphafly 3. So I've ran a 10K, 3 half marathons, and a full marathon in the Alphaflys. So they've been tried and tested for sure. So we'll see how the Metaspeed Ray can stack up to it. I had an anaerobic session today lined up to test the Rays, but I also wanted to do a fast lap around the track in both the Alphafly and Ray afterwards. Lacing them up for the first time, it reminded me of the lightness and unstableness of Nike Zoom X in the Alphafly, even more of the Vaporfly 3s. So I had a 12-minute warm-up and then 5 1-minute runs at a 6:15 pace, followed by 3 minutes at a 9:15 pace, and then just finished off with a 10-minute cool down. But again, the shoes felt great. Picking up speed was literally effortless, and I guess I can describe it like smooth like butter. Same with the slow paces. It felt great and easy to maintain both changes of paces. So after the cool down, I refueled and switched to the Alphafly 3s and waited for my heart rate to stabilize before doing my fast lap. In the first few steps, I felt that the Alphaflys were a bit heavier after doing a full workout in the Rays, as well as more stable around the bends of the track. I completed my lap at 1 minute and 40 seconds. Alright, then I switched back to the Rays and trying to keep the variables the same. I refueled with some water and waited for my heart rate to drop. And again, I felt how light the shoes were instantly and the narrow platform when I took the corners. I did slow down a little bit when people were walking onto the track, but I still maintained the speed I had, and I finished up the lap with 1 minute and 33 seconds. I shaved 7 seconds off from the Alphafly 3 lap. So it makes sense, lighter shoes, less effort. But does this prove that the Metaspeed Rays are a better shoe than the Alphafly 3s? I'm not sure. I feel it's like a pretty big overreaction to these shoes, but it does show what ASICS did to shave weight. Definitely helps improve time and effort while running. I still want to do the additional testing as I have a 10K coming up soon, and eventually I want to run a half marathon in them. But after today's testing, I can say that the Metaspeed Rays are up there with the Alphafly 3s for a solid race day shoe.